welcome to this week's edition of Living the Dream Almost Live. Yes, this is me, Mark Cridland, and I try to hold it all together. Doesn't always work, but yes, joined this week by Mr. Paul Tingy and Mr. Trevor Feelgood, and this week's show has been edited by Mr. Christopher Barnes again. So he's done the editing, and I'm just doing this little bit at the start, so he can take some of the credit for this one. We'll let him have it. But anyway, in this week's show, we talk about a bit of a tour of Paul's room, where AMJ is, because he seems to be disappearing all the time, my new car, yay, and Paul has a Eurovision quandary. We also discuss the fact that I've not invited Trevor to a party, and Sarah Millican, does she have an OnlyFans? And then Paul has a power cut, so he disappears for a bit. So he disappears, and then we have the quiz, which comes in quite nicely. But before the quiz, Trevor gives us a little bit of a review of The Batman, but with no spoilers, so it's okay. And yeah, this week's quiz, we have the Bristol-based Australian comedian Anita from Anita Tells Jokes. Find her on Facebook. But yeah, sit back, relax, and enjoy another week of Living the Dream.
Am I a dreamer? Am I a dreamer?
La-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dum. Right, tune to Wallace and Gromit I was humming there.
Nice.
No, it wasn't.
It was?
That's better.
I stopped now. They might get done for copyright. Did you really like it the other week that we did it on our own? The first thing you heard was a swear word. We did that on purpose.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know how to edit, Paul?
No.
Yes. Well, do you want me to teach you so you can do it another week?
No.
Everyone can take a turn.
He's like doing bad washing up, isn't he? He's like, oh, I edited it very badly. I put it in the wrong order. I put the quiz first.
Well, washing up, that audio from last week sounded like it went through a dishwasher.
I can't help it that no one had a microphone apart from me. Have you got a microphone, Paul?
Yeah, I was using my really good, expensive microphone last week.
Where was the bit of the kitchen you're in? This is really good audio, isn't it?
So look, I was over at this part.
Come on, yeah, listeners, don't get this on the podcast.
I was more in the kitchen, and I was looking out the window.
There's more echo in there.
When I record, I tend to be sat more in the dining area of the kitchen.
I've not been in that house yet.
Diner.
Through the keyhole with who's the good one? I was going to say Keith Lemon, the other one.
Lloyd Grossman.
That's it. Who lives in a house like this? Paul Shiggy.
Let's go through the keyhole. Look at this, listeners.
Hey, they faked it. They just put stuff in the house that didn't belong to them. I heard it. Probably on this podcast I heard that.
Probably. But, so how is everyone anyway?
I'm wondering why we keep bothering.
Yeah, me too. I noticed that last week, the week that I wasn't here because this cold that I've got really hit me last week, and I had like no voice, that AMJ came back. Now, this week, where the hell is he?
I don't know.
Just
ignoring you.
He just
comes out of hiding. No, it's one in, one out.
Back in 2013, it was me and AMJ that started Living the Dream. Where is he now? Buggered off.
So you telling me that Paul isn't an original?
Nope.
No.
All the other shit, the other week of Trevor, you're just a replacement. It turns out that Paul was as well.
Yeah, Paul.
I was only meant to be for 4 weeks.
Yeah, so was I.
And you stayed for the fun.
Is this how being Prime Minister works? If you just hang around long enough, then you end up being part of the cabinet?
I think so. That's what it is. Yeah. I'm now the MP for Dover South, the petrol station, that is.
But he hasn't got any sound effects this week.
No sound effects. The sound effects isn't working. I don't know why they're not working. Yeah, I had a week off and it's just not working. But anyway, anyone got anything good just happened to them this week?
Do you want to know something good that happened to me?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Last week, I did not have to record one of these Poxy podcasts. That was the highlight.
What do you mean one? You only do one a week.
That's what you lot think.
You do extra ones.
Yeah, the ones that I edit myself.
Yes. He does the Living the Nightmare.
I was trying to work out what could the opposite be. Living the day? Is that what it? No.
Deading the nightmare.
Yeah,
Deading the nightmare.
The nightmare.
Completely dead. instead of almost live.
Nice. Trev, have you been up to anything nice this week?
Not a lot, because I had many gigs. Stephanie Gower's gone. She's gone and slept with a bloke from Ladbrokes. Again.
Oh, no.
I've got some news, but it was so long ago, I don't think it's news anymore.
No, you can wait a minute.
the olds.
You can wait a minute, because I got something good that happened to me this week. And today, after work, I went and ordered my new car. Yay! I've got about 5 months to wait for it to be built and then brought over here because of good old COVID. It's still got some restrictions in Europe where they build the cars. So, yeah, I'm still going to have to wait about 5 months before I get my new car. But, you know, sad news on that. But at least it's ordered. So, yay!
Yay!
Are they putting in specifications for you then? Is that why it's going to take so long for?
Well, yeah, because it's going to be awesome, like me. Well, I have gone for the top of the range model, actually, so, you know.
A recording studio in the back for podcasts. You can just
That's
record
the
one
one.
in the back of the car on the way there.
Yeah. If I'm running late, I can just sit in the back of the car and record it. Yeah. That's all there. There's a jacuzzi in the boot. Yeah, that kind of thing.
They're like, why is that bloke in the car yelling, Dave, why are you there?
Why are you there?
Why
is he there?
Why is he there
Sorry. It just came out. I've always been thinking it. Why is he there? Not is he there?
Right. I tell you why he is there, because he's better than me.
You're very loud now, Paul. Very loud.
No, I'm really not. Make your mind up. Later on in this episode, you're going to sound too quiet. Sounds like I'm farting.
Yeah, strange
Talking
times.
of making your mind up, I'm in a real quandary, Mr. Cridland,
What?
because Eurovision is the same night as your renewal vow party.
Oh, well, you're going to have to
Everyone-
listen.
And
You know,
everyone
you
knows
can
how much
record
I love
these things.
Eurovision.
Yeah, and you know they put it on the catch up.
Well, you do know as well that I can just put a camera in there and record your party, and then I can do that on the catch up.
Oh,
I've been down to Betfred and put 100 quid on Russia winning.
no.
Top it all.
Well, on the you and your lovely wife and children are invited to the daytime part, and then if you need to go away and watch crappy Eurovision, maybe we can get it put on the screen. They've got TVs in that venue.
I'm sure that I may spend more time with you as your friend. Does depend on who else is going. Is Trev invited to the evening part?
This is awkward, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know.
I've had it this week with a party, and then someone's been invited, and it's like, hello. No, you're not going to ask me? Didn't even say afterwards. What people normally say was, oh, you could have come, which is a lie, but you want to hear it anyway, just so they go, oh, yeah, that's fine. Didn't even hear that, no.
On Friday, there was a big leaving party for a popular person who's left at work.
Not you, then.
Not
Hey.
me, no, because I've not left. But then on Monday, they came up to me, well, not them, somebody came up to me and went, Paul, where was you on Friday?
See, yeah.
Well, I've definitely not invited Trevor
See,
Fieldwood.
that's what they
but
do.
Yeah, and I went, what? Then is he leaving? I went,
No. If I come, I'm Trevor. I'm going to
I
walk around like Trevor.
might invite our friend Mr. Christopher Barnes.
oh, he's an absolute dick. Don't
He is a
invite
bit
him.
dick, but he's all right. Trev, you've heard of him.
He does character comedy and stuff like that. What sad person would pretend to be someone else? And
Yeah, what
maybe-
Sado would do character comedy on the
I
podcast?
don't know. Would probably
What
do a
would not
quiz
then?
or something stupid like
Yeah.
that. Fucking bastard.
He's probably got a crappy podcast where he pretends to have guests on as well.
Yeah. And then sometimes people think that Sean Locke was on it the other week, and he wasn't.
Yes.
And I had to apologise and say, no, that's not how it works. I
Well,
thought
that
maybe
goes to show that all they did was find it online and went,
Yeah.
oh, look, at that. They
That's
never
it.
actually listened to it.
I thought of how to solve the problem is to go into every title of every podcast and put a question mark, like Sean Locke? No, you're not coming. Anyway, I was locked in the toilet that week. I couldn't get out. He was there in the studio, and that was the premise of that week. Don't spoil my podcast for me. I've made £2 on that so far.
Bloody hell. So, news stories. What have you got? What have you got?
Hold on. I had something serious that was good that happened to me this week.
Uh-oh.
I mean,
Uh-oh.
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 Well,
is there going to be a new vacancy on the podcast going?
if only.
Already that bit out.
One bit of sadness. Dover are relegated from their division. The earliest teams ever been. That's the sad news.
Ooh.
The good news. I did watch Sarah Millican since the last time we were on.
Oh yeah, did you now?
Did you tell her? Did you tell
Did
her?
I tell her?
Sounds like
OnlyFans.
Tell her she met Geraldine.
Sarah Millican has not got an OnlyFans.
I think she has. That's where Paul watched her, on her OnlyFans.
I was at the Margate Winter Gardens with my lovely wife.
Was her husband there with her?
Gary Delaney was not there. I was most disappointed.
Have I told you about my Gary Delaney story?
Not Delaney.
You told us a couple of weeks ago.
Did I? What is it?
Yeah. I don't know. I tend to switch off when you start talking, but I remember you telling the Gary Delaney
I just
story.
realised, actually, it's been 2 weeks that I haven't been here because the first week was my birthday, and then this week I was here.
Frozen again.
So, of course, since I last saw you, I've gone up a decade. I've levelled up.
No, he's levelled up.
Levelled up. I'm now 20.
Do you want to hear my Gary Delaney story?
Yeah, because Paul's frozen. His internet's gone.
I had to go. I went to Edinburgh, and Mark Simmons decided to use me for piggybacks because he didn't want to use anyone in the audience because the health and safety. And I got up one night and did it, and sat back down again. And I heard some person laughing next to me. And then when I sat down, he said, "Well done, son." And it was Gary Delaney stood next to me, and I wanted to go. I'm a stooge. I do it every night. And then Mark was talking to him, and I was too scared because I didn't want to ruin the illusion. I thought, I'm not going to go over there. Oh!
There we go. Paul's gone. He lost his internet and he's disappeared. So I wonder if he's going to be back later on and going to bring Dave and Gerald in with him because of course we've got a really good guest lined up for the quiz. We have a lady guest because it's, as we're recording it, International Women's Day.
Yeah. When's International Men's Day? When is it?
November.
November the 20th. November the
something. So,
I've got news stories, but they're old. Justin Bieber's got COVID. That was one of them.
When was that?
That's a fun story. That was a while ago. I think he's all right now.
Are you a believer?
I'm not a believer now. I've got nothing against him, but he's not my favourite kid pop person.
He's always just got on my nerves.
Do you like what they call BTS? Is it or something? The Korean pop group.
Some of they did a song with Coldplay recently, didn't they? That wasn't too bad actually. And my stepson's girlfriend is massively into BTS because she's likes all the Korean stuff. So Korean, Japanese, all the Oriental stuff. She loves all that, all the anime and all the weird and wonderful stuff that they do over there. So,
I've never watched an anime. I've barely watched Pokemon.
I think the most Studio Ghibli stuff is probably the closest thing to anime. It's not exactly anime, but yeah.
Spirited Away.
Yeah, and Howl's Moving Castle. Things like that. They were good. They were good. And available, still available to watch online as well. Can't remember on which service, but yeah, one of them.
Legally to watch.
Yeah. On a proper streaming service that you pay for. So talking of that, we recently signed up for the Cineworld Unlimited passes, so we can go and watch The Batman as many times as we want. Still haven't seen it yet because we've both had horrible colds and didn't want to sit there coughing and sneezing all the way through a film because people might get pissed off.
I've seen The Batman. Do you want my review? It's I didn't realise that Colin Farrell was in it. He's the Penguin. I didn't even by the end of the film I didn't realise he was in it. The makeup is so good. And you probably didn't know that until I said it.
Now
No.
you've ruined the film. I can't watch it.
Don't ruin the film. I said how it ends.
Now
and
you're going to
stuff.
tell me there's someone from bloody Twilight in it.
Yeah, it's the Twilight Man. He's the Batman. He's the Batman, and he's going around fighting people. And then there's some bad people that want to fight him as well. And he goes fighting them around, and then bad things happen. And I'm really trying not to do spoilers and be funny at the same time. It's really hard.
The only thing I think of when someone says the title of that film, it just reminds me of like my granddad. The only way that he would describe Batman is just the Batman. Have you seen the Batman? Yeah, have you seen the Batman? No, he was flying round. Well, guess because my granddad was Norman, of course. No, it was not Norman.
It's like DC are now doing the series, aren't they? Everything.
Really?
It was the Suicide Squad, the Batman. Who's going to be next? The Wonder Woman,
the Green Lantern,
the other DC character,
the Superman,
the Aqueduct. It's Aquaman, and he's a duck. He goes around.
the Toilet Duck.
Toilet Duck. Is it still called Toilet Duck? I thought it was called Duck now, isn't it?
I have no idea. Maybe it's called Duck if you use it somewhere else.
Of course it does. Well, speaking of animals, oh, look at that link. Have you heard that there's a parrot that he's got really bored and now just tells his owners to fuck off? That's what it says. A depressed parrot has stopped talking, find his voice and tell his owners to fuck off. Get out. I'm sick of looking in this mirror.
Oh dear. Well, it doesn't look like Paul's coming back.
No.
Have
we got enough?
Really bugging off.
Have we got enough for a podcast?
I think so. Have you got one more news story? Or old story?
Well, the staff at a comedy club in Blackpool claim that they've had requests for refunds because of Ukraine invading has made travel to Hull unsafe.
It's always been unsafe to travel to Hull.
Very. It doesn't say which comedy club. Well, why?
That doesn't make any sense. Why? Yeah, no, that's bollocks. What a load of bollocks. Talking of bollocks, shall we head over to see if Dave's around? I know Paul's not here. Paul's gone off the call, but I don't know if Dave's around.
Yeah.
Do you reckon we should call him in?
A woman thrown out of a theatre by 8 bouncers for singing and tapping along.
How big was she to require 8 bouncers?
She doesn't look that big. She looks just a normal sized lady. Oh, no offence to her. She does look a little bit like Mrs. Brown. A little bit. No one can see it on the camera. Dot Grant went to the theatre with some of her friends and then got kicked out for clapping.
So was it Mrs. Brown's boys that had to carry her out?
It might be. I think it's sexist because there's definitely a girl in there, and they're called Mrs. Brown's boys, and there's the girl one who's married to Brendan O'Carroll, and his stepson flirts with his mum, which is weird. This bit will not be in. It's good when I've got the power. I'm doing editing already before we start. This one, that won't be in.
Right, let's get Dave in. Let's do this quiz. Let's find out what the hell's going on over there on the other side.
Aitman Holmes would smell nice as well.
Dave, are you there? Dave?
Yeah, here I am. Sorry, I was just having a little drink and my trunk was all in my mouth and I couldn't speak properly. But I'm here. I'm ready for a quiz. We've got 6 good questions. I don't know what the answers are. I hope Geraldine does. And we've got a special guest today as well. And because it's been 2 weeks since we've seen everyone. Hello, everyone.
Hello. Have you got a theme tune or something for this quiz?
Oh, yeah. There's a real humdinger this week. Do you want to hear it?
Oh, go on
then. Can you count me in, please?
What? How many do you want me to count to?
4 million.
4 million, yes. Ready? So, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's time for the quiz with Dave and Geraldine. I'm an elephant, she's a giraffe. E.g., example given, elephant and giraffe. Top quiz action, top quiz action, top quiz action. Happening tonight, or morning, or afternoon, or evening. It depends when you're listening, because it's on all podcast sites. Right, let's introduce ourselves. So, we'll start going around the room. We'll go with the beardy one with glasses and a hair. Beardy one with glasses and hair. Introduce yourself, please.
And a hair, did you say?
Yeah.
I haven't got any hair. There's a rabbit and there's a monster, but there's no hairs. I have a monster.
It looks like you've got one long hair on top of your head.
Oh, yeah. I'm Mark, or DJ Critters, as everyone says. I've still got this horrible cold. It's fun. It's not everywhere. Great. Yay.
What's not everywhere?
That.
Right. Bearded one with glasses, with a hat on. Introduce yourself, please.
Hello, I'm Sober Musty, and I don't think I should be here.
No, none of us do. And a special celebrity mystery guest. Introduce yourself, please.
I'm Anita Senaratna. I'm a comedian from Bristol. I don't really have a funny voice.
That's all right. Neither do we. So you fit in fine.
What funny voice?
So, Anita, can you give us a fun fact about yourself? It could even be made up if you so wish.
I identify as a mermaid.
Fantastic. I thought something was a bit fishy around here. Right, so...
It's not a very Bristolian accent you've got there.
Well, I'm from Sydney. That's why I miss the beach. I'm a long way from home.
Oh, see, you go to Bristol. It's not very near the... It's nice.
I'm near a beach.
So am I. I can see the sea from my window.
So can I.
Yeah.
But you are closer to the sea than me. Don't tell everyone where we live, or the fans will be mobbing us.
Rome is a big place. They won't find us.
I'm a big elephant. Right, so, starting on. Question number 1, we're going to go to the Trevor Feelgoods first. Trevor Feelgood, how many sweat holes are there in the human body?
15, I think.
15.
We are quite sweaty animals. I think about 15.
Okay, DJ Critters, how many sweat holes are there in the human body?
On the way home from work, I picked up a big Chinese for us all and had so much to eat that I ended up sweating it out. And I reckon I've got about 10,000 sweat holes after eating all that food.
Okay, and over to Anita. How many sweat holes are there in the human body?
I think some people call them pores, and there's quite a lot of them. I'm going to say like 50 million.
50 million.
I'll tell you what, Chuck. You're not far off. You're not that far off. You're 20 times off. The answer is 2.5 million. You were the closest. So you get yourself 500 points. And
that's a lot more than Trevor's guessed.
I meant 4 million. That's what I meant. I didn't mean just 50. No, I meant 15 million.
15. I'm afraid, son, I gotta go with your first answer, but I love the way you're trying to cheat, so you get yourself 82 points. DJ Critters, you're scaring me with your fugly. So you get 83 points. Right, so the answer is 2.5 million.
What is the colour of mirrors, DJ Critters?
The colour of mirrors. Just like the colour of magic. I'm going to say silver.
Silver. Over to you, Anita. What is the colour of mirrors?
I think they reflect whatever's inside your soul.
Oh,
that's why mine are all black.
Mine's sparkling rainbow.
Trevor Feelgoods, what is the colour of mirrors?
They don't have a colour.
I'm afraid it's a red top. It's a tabloid newspaper. I'm only joking. The actual answer is green. However, I liked all of your answers. So I'm going to give everyone 5 points. Well done, everybody.
Green? How are they green?
Because they are.
Ah.
Don't
Well,
ask
you
me
answer
how.
the question, innit? Because they are.
If you look closely, you can see they're green in the right light. If it's a
Okay.
proper mirror, none of this cheap shit that you get.
Download
Right.
mirrors.
Okay, this one is going to go to Anita. Now, Anita, in Australia, there's a big rock, so you might know the answer to this one. Which insect can fly higher than Mount Everest?
I mean, don't all of them fly pretty high?
Oh, there's only one that can go higher than Mount Everest.
Mosquitoes, they go everywhere.
Mosquitoes. DJ Critters. Which insect flies higher than Mount Everest?
I have no idea. Let's go for moth.
A moth.
Because, when those tight, the stingy climbers, they get to the top and they open up their wallets and the moths fly out everywhere.
It's not cheap to climb Mount Everest. Paul's going to look into it for doing it for a charitable challenge.
Yeah,
You've got to have at least £50,000. So,
and he weighs 50,000 pounds at the moment.
it's more 248. Trevor Feelgood. Which insect flies higher than Mount Everest?
A bumblebee. They've got big wings. They get all the way up there.
Ah, bloody hell! You're correct there, Trevor Feelgood. I can't
Ow.
believe.
Even I don't believe that I just got that right. What? Are you sure? I don't want to correct you on me getting it right.
You've got yourself
Bumblebee.
1,000 points there. Well done.
I was trying to do the funny answer.
You actually got the question right for the first
Yeah.
time in forever.
I don't take the piss.
DJ Critters, you took too long to come up with your answer, so you got minus 12 points.
Shut up.
However, Anita, they sting like bumblebees, them mosquitoes, so you got yourself 8,000 points. Congratulations.
Please explain this bumblebee. I don't know the bumblebee that goes as high as Mount Everest.
Please explain my answer to me, because I don't
And
know what it is.
Why would it fly all the way as high as Mount Everest? There's not going to be any flowers up there, are there?
It's just something to do. Right. Question 4. Going to Trevor Feelgood. Which body part consists approximately of 80% water?
The tongue.
The
I don't know. I'm
tongue.
just guessing. Just guessing again. I might just hit goals. You don't know.
Yeah,
It
you
worked
won't this
last time.
Yeah.
Anita.
A bumblebee. It's a bumblebee.
Very rude to interrupt whilst I'm asking the question.
Sorry.
That's to Trevor, not to you, Anita. Anita, what body part consists of approximately 80% water?
Is it the skin?
Oh, that's a good answer. DJ Critters, what body
Don't
part
give it
consists
away.
of approximately 80% water?
I think I know it. Is the eye? Is it your eyeball?
I'm afraid not. That's more 95%. Unlucky DJ Critters. The answer is the brain. And if you didn't have a brain, your skin would start to rot away because you'd be dead. So therefore, if you said skin, you get yourself 10,000 points.
Oh,
well done.
I'm trying.
Trevor Feelgood, I
Oh.
love the way how you interrupted my lovely friend, Dave the Elephant. Almost forgot his name, that's embarrassing. And the fact you said Bumblebee again, that made me chuckle. You get yourself 28 points.
Right.
This isn't fair. Geraldine doesn't like me. It's not fair.
I don't today, Chuck, because you pissed me right off. Don't ask me why, but you just have. Right. So, question 5 going to DJ Critters.
Thank you, Geraldine. Who invented the word vomit?
I think we've had this before. Have we not?
Yes, we have.
I'm gonna say, I can't quite remember, but I'm gonna go with William Shakespeare.
Okay. Trevor of the Feelgoods. Who invented the word vomit?
I think you'll find it's Jeffrey Archer. In one of his books, he invented it. I know the real answer, but I just thought I'd just go for the funny answer again.
As
Might
he
be
was
right.
as he was sent to prison and was being buggered from behind, he vomited his dinner into the shower.
Right. Who invented
Jesus.
the word vomit, Anita?
I'm gonna go with Wallace and Gromit. And then one of them threw up one day and they decided to turn it into rhyming slang.
Oh, I like that answer. What will Geraldine think?
I tell you what, DJ Critters, you have had this question before and you took far too long to answer. You lose yourself 152 points. Trevor Feelgood, I love your answer. I can't remember what it was now, but I liked it. You got yourself 82
That's
points. Nice. Anita, oh, you said Jeffrey Archer. That's right, because he vomited in the showers after being shafted from behind. Anita, congratulations. It is rhyming slang. Wallace and Gromit, vomit. You get yourself 82,000 points.
Am I an Aussie making up British rhyming slang right now?
I think so.
You are today, Pet.
That's impressive.
Right, so we're going to go on to question number 6. Now, in Australia, there's lots of animals. So
Oh,
you might
for
like
God's
this question, Anita.
This is fixed.
Which, can I have quiet in the auditorium, please? Do not interrupt. No wonder it sounded like there was farting earlier, because you lot are just being noisy. Right. Which animal is mentioned the most in the Bible?
I think it was drop bears.
Oh, maybe. DJ Crit, almost said DJ Feelgood then. DJ
No,
Crit,
that's never going to happen.
which animal is mentioned most in the Bible?
Was it an ass?
I don't know.
The thing.
Okay.
All a bunch of asses in there.
The Trevor of the Feelgoods. Which animal is mentioned the most in the Bible?
Bumblebees! Worth a try. Bumblebee.
I'm afraid the answer is sheep. You're all incorrect. However, from a distance, if a sheep is stood up in a teddy bear's outfit, it might look like a bear. So, well done, Anita. You've got yourself 8,000 points.
Bloody hell. To be fair, I've not read it. I've not read that book.
Have you not? I recommend it's a very good book. Life changing.
It's a bit long.
You can get it on audio. Or
I've
you can
heard
just
the
read
ending.
it a bit of time.
Is it read by the author?
Well, probably not, because there's lots of authors.
Oh.
So if you said authors, I might have accepted it.
I don't mind which monk reads it, just the one that wrote it. The bit about the unicorns and the horses and the cornetto.
That'd be the Scottish one. That's why the unicorn is the national animal of Scotland.
Ah, with the iron brew. There's a lot of iron brew in it.
That's right. Yeah, that's how horses turn into unicorns, by drinking iron brew.
Right, before we get all the major religions upset with us and a whole nation, let's carry on with the results. In last place with -8 points, it's DJ Critters. In second place with 11,432 points, it's the wonderful Trevor Feelgood.
Yes, in.
It's sailing far into the lead, and I'm going to round it up to a handsome 1.5 million points. It's Anita. Well done, Anita.
Yay! What a
Thank you for
surprise! The
Christmas,
guest
Sarah.
won.
Well,
Again.
what do you mean a surprise that the guest won again? Sometimes we have more than one guest. And then
You're making funny noises again, Dave. Dave, you're making funny noises.
You've become a Dalek.
Is that better?
No, that's worse. What have you done?
You need to lay off the peanuts.
You need to go back to your old mic. No.
Should you go back to...
What about this? Is that better?
That's better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll get rid of that really expensive head mic that I stole.
Yeah.
You give it back to the drive-thru you got it from.
So, right. So well done, Anita. You won quite clearly. So because you've won, can you give our listener a great piece of advice, please. If you could give our listener a piece of advice, what would it be?
Ooh, if you're in Australia, watch out for the drop bears because sometimes they drop on people's faces and they eat your face.
Ooh.
And you don't want that to happen to you. There's a real page on the Australian Museum website that tells you all about them.
Right, I'm logging off from this call now. I'm going to read all about it. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
And I'm going to go to Australia. Is it true that there's pretty much everything in Australia that wants to kill you?
I mean, this is a secret, but it is a thing that we like to tell tourists to make ourselves seem really hardcore.
That's pretty much the same with Bristol, though, isn't it?
There's nothing there in Bristol.
I went to Bristol once and I almost got killed by an ant.
I think you've got to be more worried about the crackheads.
Well, here's the thing. The ant was a crackhead. It made a little knife out of a leaf and it tried stabbing my trunk. And he said, he could give me money because I need the crack, man.
It's a problem nobody talks about. Crack.
Have you seen Stephen Merchant yet?
I mean, not walking around. There's
all the famous Bristolians I know.
What about Banksy?
Well, no, he's been to Dover. He painted a big picture in Dover, and then he painted over it because people were being dickheads.
He painted Dover?
That'll work.
If only I had my sound effects. My sound effects aren't working. You'd have got a proper...
Oh.
It's not working, it's broken. So, anyway, well done, Anita, on winning. What have you got that you would like to promote?
Well, if people thought I was funny in this episode, they can follow my Facebook page, Anita Tell Jokes, and I post all about my gigs up on there. Occasional memes, stuff that I think is funny, don't really care if everybody else does. That's your vibe.
Nice. Well, we'll put a link to that in the description in the podcast, so if you missed it, you can click on that one.
Do you have anything else, any other pearls of wisdom you'd like to drop onto our listeners?
Peanut butter and Nutella on sandwiches is a really good combo.
Not for Paul's wife, she's allergic to nuts.
It is.
Good night.
Awesome. So,
I'll leave it there to you motherfuckers.
Thanks.
Evil.
Bye.
Very rude, Geraldine.
Oh, you know what she's like.
She's a twat.
Musical Insights.